to the IAMRA International. Hello everyone, I'm just about to go into the IAMRA International Association of Medical Regulatory Authorities International Conference 2030, Regulation 2030. I'm there to find out what they're planning to do to all of us. I believe COVID was just the first step in this bringing of tyranny to all the people of the world via the medical system. Myself, the suspended Dr. William Bay, will not let them get away with this. My purpose at this conference is to cast a light onto whatever they're planning, because they always plan out in the open. They always hide the truth in plain sight. So we must just expose them, and then we can work peacefully, politically and persuasively to stop them from this tyranny. We must stand up for informed consent. We must stand up for freedom. And if we stand together, we will win. Goodbye. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen around the world, especially to my freedom-fighting friends back in Australia. This is the Dr. William Bay over here in Bali. I am in Bali to cover the happenings of the globalists, the International Association of Medical Regulatory Authorities, and I'm here to expose them for our benefit, to save our country and our world from their evil plans. I had thought about not presenting this report until I got out of Bali, because I am concerned about certain laws in this country. However, the information that I received today was too valuable, and I think that they're probably coming for me inevitably anyway, so it needed to get this out before it was lost to history forever. The reason that I think that they're coming for me is a chance meeting, a divine meeting, an amazing meeting at lunch at the conference in Bali, where I am now, with Jeffrey D. Carter, MD, a physician, a doctor, an anesthesiologist. He's also actually the chair, the highest authority of the Federation of State Medical Boards. And for anybody who doesn't know what that means he's the top of the tree when it comes to world tyranny, globalism, the New World Order, and all those things in between. And I just happened to run into him at lunchtime. We made friends and we discussed about things. I shared some family photos with him from my time in Airlie Beach, advised him to come to Queensland, and we had lunch together. And that's when I told him the truth, that I was actually there to expose him and his organization, the evil that he was doing. And I asked him quite frankly and genuinely, why are you doing this to us, and can we talk? He didn't want to. He said that involves a long conversation. Certainly the tone of the lunch meeting, the friendship that I just made with Dr. Carter deteriorated rapidly. I've reached out to him. I've given him my number, my email, and I've told him who I am, which is a troublemaker from Australia, a suspended doctor, and I was there to expose him and his evil organization. That is IAMRA, and that is the Federation of State Medical Boards. So I'm still there at that conference now in Nusa Dua, Bali, where I am now. And I don't know what's going to happen to me over the next 48 hours. So that's why I thought I better get this out before something does. So this is where they are. This is your world leaders, ladies and gentlemen, having their lovely welcoming dinner at Nusa Dua in the southern end of Bali last night, all talking about plans to take over the world. And what are they going to be doing to you? Well, don't worry. Your friendly suspended doctor has taken notes. They're going to focus on artificial intelligence to regulate our future. They're going to allow for potentially the use of AI to prescribe, to diagnose, to perhaps, even replace a doctor completely. They're not sure, but digitization and artificial intelligence is certainly the main thrust of this conference that I've been attending today. It started yesterday and I'll be finishing late Thursday. There's another view of the pool and all the medical delegates from all around the world. This is an international conference involving IAPRA, the Australian Health Practitioner Regulation Agency, and others. In fact, I've got a little photo that I'll just show you of them. Yeah, look at all that. Maybe you've got a big screen watching this at home. You can zoom in and have a look. Those are all the medical regulatory authorities that these evil ones are representing and discussing now. And I'm in the thick of the fray with all these people to find out what plans they've got in store for us. And some of those places are the Medical Council of New South Wales, the Order of Physicians of Albania, the College of Physicians and Surgeons of British Columbia, the Nigeria Medical and Dental Council, the Eswatini Medical and Dental Council, the Midwifery Council of New Zealand. These are all the organizations here that are at this conference talking about your future, talking about Regulation 2030. And so, yeah, I got in because, you know what, I was a doctor. I know how to get into these things. And just like the conference in Darling Harbour, 29th of July, 2022. I didn't storm in. I paid for a ticket through your donations. Thank you so much for those people who've been supporting me. This is the reason that I'm in Bali now, exposing these global terrorists who have been hurting everybody with their vaccines because of, and you know who you are, people who've donated to me to get this information out there, to put, I guess, yeah, my life on the line for this information. And that information is that they have got digitization coming for us. Today, they were talking about real-time digital passports for doctors, physicians, nurses all across the world. And so that your verification of doctor's identity could be done in real time, just like the Apple Wallet. They were literally talking about Apple Wallet. They've been talking about trying to stop bad doctors crossing borders. There's my registration, by the way, to prove to the haters out there, the anti-cookers, that I'm not making this up, that I am not in Bali. I definitely am in Bali. I better show somebody. Open that up. Turn that around. There's, I don't know. No, you can't see it very well, but I guess you have to believe me on that one. And the man who's been saying a lot of stuff today, yeah, here he is Mr. Martin Fletcher, CEO of IAMRA. So he's come all the way from Melbourne to talk to all these medical councils around the world here today. And, you know, what I found out today is very interesting is that we've just defeated the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander voice to Australia via that unconstitutional referendum that never could have gone ahead in the first place, never will, which, by the way, I've got an application in the High Court at this very moment to declare that. We'll see how that goes. That's still ongoing. I found out today at this IAMRA conference that there's actually an Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander voice to APRA. That's right. I've got video of all this. I've got did lots of recording today. And so there's an Aboriginal voice, Torres Strait Islander, to APRA, informing APRA on how to regulate doctors and nurses and paramedics on their traditional country, they're saying, you know. It's not one Australia. There's different countries in Australia, apparently. And they said that the key in this IAMRA conference was that the medical regulators needed to promote trust in the community. They're going to promote trust, and they're going to use AI to do that, and they're going to individualize artificial intelligence to regulate doctors and nurses right down to the little nitty-gritty, to the individualized algorithm-based section. So forget broad-based position statements of 9 March 2021. This time APRA is going to get right in there and monitor every single thing that every doctor and nurse says and does down to the individual level. This is what I recorded today. I have the receipts. I may upload them later. Depends on what's happening to me. Again, the reason that I'm broadcasting live from Nusa Dua in Bali today is because I've just had lunch with the head of the tree, the chair of the Federation of State Medical Boards, which controls APRA, which controls the World Health Organization, which controls the International Association of Medical Regulatory Authorities. I didn't mean to have lunch with him. I just struck up a conversation with a random gentleman at the buffet table. Buffet, by the way, again, you know, lovely here in Bali, great place, very cheap, very nice, but lots of tyranny happening here in Nusa Dua, and I'm afraid for my life because I've exposed myself to Dr. Carter. I've told him who I am, which is a person to expose him. I looked him in the eye and said, I represent the people of Australia, and we think, and the world, by the way, and we think you are evil, that the FSMB is the head of the snake, and you are the eye of the snake. But I'm sitting here having lunch with you, Jeffrey, and you don't seem evil to me at all. And he didn't. So I asked him why. What is this disparity? And he could not tell me. He said he would talk to me later about it. So I opened that invitation, Jeff. You've got my email. You've got my phone number. You know who I am. Come and have a chat with me. I'm very friendly. And we can talk about why there's this great gap between what you tried to do to us or did do to us as doctors, what you're still doing to us, and what you believe is the right thing to do. We both think we're doing the right thing. One of us, can we both be right? I don't know. Some more photos. There we are. You know, the staff here at Nusa Dua are so lovely. They even took a photo of me in the conference. Got some bigwigs there from, I think it was Saudi Arabia. Not sure, but they were very friendly as well. But lovely, lovely people. lovely people. So, okay, let's see what I grabbed up today. Yeah, here we go. So I had the opportunity to ask a question to Martin Fletcher, CEO of IAMRA, in this international conference. He didn't want to let the Bali people give me the mic, but they did. So he had to answer my question. So here we go. Have a listen to this, ladies and gentlemen.
I know in regards to COVID with the 9 March 2021 position statement that that regulation is still in effect. However, the crisis has passed, as you've mentioned. Where to from here now for IAMRA and their view on those medical practitioners who've stepped out of line and said things that perhaps they shouldn't have and have crossed that line with misinformation?
So I won't comment on individual practitioners, but the statement that you referred to was a statement that essentially took the existing obligations on registered medical practitioners, in fact all registered health practitioners in the context of codes of conduct and the like, and applied those in the context of the unique circumstances that we were during COVID-19, and as I say, put no new obligations on health practitioners, and in many ways was actually a response to what we were being asked to provide in terms of practitioners wanting additional guidance. So at the moment we're looking at whether we, as you say, we're in a different context around COVID now, and so we're really looking at whether we actually move to essentially retire that statement, and really, because in a sense I think our wider message is about the importance of public health measures and the role health practitioners play in public health measures more widely. So we've been looking at that, working with all the boards, we've been consulting with stakeholders, and we're just looking at where we might go with that at this stage.
Thank you.
Okay, so there you heard it from the man himself, Martin Fletcher, in the hotspot, having to explain himself to all the regulatory authorities of the world as to why they're still going ahead with the tyranny in Australia regarding the COVID-19 vaccine, even though he admitted to everybody in the room moments before that the COVID-19 crisis has passed. So the answer that he gave that the doctors called out for extra guidance on this situation is, of course, a load of bollocks. We didn't want more regulation on COVID-19. We want less of it, and we certainly want less of it now. But there was an answer. Finally, it was good to get some answers from the CEO of IAMRA, because we can't get any answers from him in the Senate. God knows that Senator Roberts and Senator Rennick and Senator Andick have been trying their hardest to get answers, but they're always so slippery and slimy, these snakes. So as it so happened, I happened to run into Martin on the way out, and by chance, it seems that my phone was recording in my pocket as well. So I was able to capture the audio of this little interaction as well. So here we go. Here's a bonus treat for all my freedom-fighting friends today.
I didn't want to say it in front of there, but I noted that in the Senate last week you said to Malcolm Roberts that you weren't targeting individual practitioners, and you know that IAMRA has directly lodged that complaint against me to the Office of the Health Ombudsman. So what was all that about? We don't target individuals. But you did target me, that's a fact. Well, we don't target individuals. Well, but it's a fact. You can't gaslight me on that, Martin. There was a complaint. I'm not going to get into detail of your case here. Well, you should, because I mean, I'm just talking facts. Thank you anyhow. Yeah, okay. All right. Have a good day. It's a lovely country here, nice and free. People can be doctors freely and not get overrun by medical regulators that are out of control. They don't even have a national law that is based on a national jurisdiction. I wonder if anybody noticed that the national law that was put up on that screen by you, Martin, was from Queensland. How can Queensland, a state, run the Commonwealth? That'll be proven in court, don't worry. God bless you all.
Yeah. So that was Martin Fletcher running away. Literally, I was so wanting to have video of that. I thought that was going to make my day, but I didn't expect that to happen. So I wasn't illegally videoing Martin Fletcher here at all. It just so happened that my camera was recording in my pocket. So at least I got the audio. But yeah, as you could see, he's just totally lying. This is just max gaslighting. He's saying to me that IAMRA does not target individual practitioners, when I know for a fact, it's indisputable that IAMRA put in a complaint against me to themselves. through the Office of the Health Ombudsman in Queensland. So he's completely lying to Senator Malcolm Roberts. He's completely lying to the Senate of Australia, and I can say that over here in Bali. And he's completely lying to myself, because I know that they targeted me. Imagine trying to gaslight the very person you've been suspended for 15 months. He is a lying scoundrel, Martin Fletcher. And I noticed that when he was lying during his presentations today, his eyes were exceptionally dark and evil. And when somebody asked him a question that he actually gave a truthful answer on, he looked like a normal person. That was one thing I noticed today, having met the man for the first time, is that he's a liar 90% of the time, but 10% he reverts back to a normal person. So as to what's driving these people to evil, I don't know. I've been talking with them. Most of the people here are really good. They seem nice people. They're genuinely interested in doing good, but they're out there creating digital IDs for doctors and nurses. They're still suspending people for COVID. They're talking about preventing doctors from crossing borders, bad doctors. And I think they're deluded. They think they're doing good, but they are really hurting everybody's trust. The very thing that they say they're there to do is to promote trust in the medical profession and all the professions that they regulate. Let's go to some questions now. Thank you for waiting on the line, ladies and gentlemen, whilst I've been going through all that information. Do get it out there, by the way. I am concerned for my safety now that I've exposed Dr. Jeffrey Carter, MD. I'm sorry, Jeff. It was a lovely lunch we had. I hope we do meet again. I am concerned because there are recording laws here in Indonesia. But again, what's the point of living if you don't do anything? So I decided to roll the dice on this today. So please honor that risk and share, like, and subscribe. We've got good evening stayers. Okay, all right. Is it late there in Australia already? Is it? We've got a few hellos. Deb says hello. Don't get Bali belly. Yeah, no, I've got all the bottled water. Merasaka Nusa Dua has been very kind to me in providing lots of bottled water. I did brush my teeth accidentally with the tap water. That was a mistake, but so far so good. Whew. We've got a warning here. Yeah, please. Deb Gould says, please be careful. You're a legend. Thank you for all the work you do to protect us. I'm hoping that getting this information out now will protect me. If it doesn't, please like, subscribe, and share. Apparently, we have all mental health problems. Yeah, I think that the representatives here at IAMRA 2023 do have mental health problems, because instead of enjoying the beach here and letting us all be free, they're in there plotting at this very moment to constrict and constrain us down to the very individual level of medical regulation via AI and algorithms. Disgusting and a scary future to replace doctors and nurses with robots and AIs. They even said that one of their researchers leans on a algorithm as her friend, because she's so lonely writing this AI code for ChatGPT that when she's up late at night, she talks to it to give her emotional support. Honestly, this is said, and I've got the receipts, I've got the video of all this. They're talking about AI as the future to regulate us. This is regulation 2030. Rhonda says, good luck and take care. Robin Worthmore says, trust is earned. Let's see if I find any questions. Callum is happy. Just looking for some specific questions. Okay, well, so there's a question there from Lauren. Keeping on this page, yeah, look, they shouldn't take it down. They might do, because that man is very powerful. But it is on Rumble, and so they shouldn't ban it off there. But it's on Twitter, it's on X. Elon Musk may protect me. I'm 50-50 whether he's a good or a bad guy, but so far so good. He's a bit up and down on Bitcoin as well. Okay, well, that's it. I won't keep you too long. This has been not the suspended Dr. William Bay, but I am at large over here in Bali, Nusa Dua, where I am continuing to expose the criminality of the International Association of Medical Regulatory Authorities and the Federation of State Medical Boards, the spider web that controls all the AHPRA. Think of them as the world AHPRA. They are creating your future here as we speak, and I will watch them and I will bring you the news as it unfolds. My next report will be on Thursday. If you do not hear from me on Thursday, that means I'm doing a Chappelle Call week. Good afternoon, good night, and God bless.
Martin, I just want to ask you one more question, if I may. I didn't want to say it in front of there, but I noted that in the Senate last week you said to Malcolm Roberts that you weren't targeting individual practitioners, and you know that IAMRA has directly lodged that complaint against me to the Office of the Health Ombudsman. So what was all that about?
We don't target individuals.
But you did target me, that's a fact.
Well, we don't target individuals.
Well, but it's a fact. You can't gaslight me on that, Martin. There was a complaint.
I'm not going to get into detail of your case here.
Well, you should, because I mean, I'm just talking facts.
Thank you anyhow.
Yeah, well,
okay.
All right. Have a good day. It's a lovely country here, nice and free. People can be doctors freely and not get overrun by medical regulators that are out of control. They don't even have a national law that is based on a national jurisdiction. I wonder if anybody noticed that the national law that was put up in that screen by you, Martin, was from Queensland. How can Queensland, a state, run the Commonwealth? That'll be proven in court, don't worry. God bless you all.